Hi there, my name is Di Martin and today we're going to talk about the pot technique and how we can use it when we're going to the vets. So the pot technique was originally developed by Anne Bussey for doing kind of stay exercises for more kind of sports work and competition work, but we've adapted it at Click to Heal to use it to help with all of your husbandry treatments at home as well as trying to take it forward into the vet. So we start the foundation, puppy class. Obviously we go in on our essential life skills training to progress this to the stage where we can actually use it in the vet, so we can have a second person handling the dog with the pot there. We can do this exercise. We're going to start it in the sit because it's a bit easier for puppy, and little Nova's raring to go here. We're going to start it in the sit, but obviously we can begin to build this into various exercises, and you'll see in maybe some of our later videos different uses as well for the pot technique. So, right, so let's get started. Let's get your little snake out of the way. Okay, so we have a little pot of food. Let's look at stage one. So stage one, we have a little pot, okay, try and stick to the same pot, bringing the dog around, just use a bit of anti-slip bedding here. As soon as the dog's in the sit, we're going to start feeding from the pot. So the picture of the pot coming into the picture means sit. Try and feed with all the feet on the ground if you can. And she's done really good there, so I'm just going to give her a release cue. Okay. Good girl. You listening to noises outside? Well done. Okay, so our OK tells the dog that the exercise has ended. What we're going to try and do is just extend this if we can to get in the pot on the floor. Always try and get the pot. I've sat her at a little bit of a funny angle now, but I want to get the pot in front of her, because think you're going to be on a veterinary table doing this. Okay, so I'm just going to move the pot a little bit further away from her each time, just feeding to start with, quite quickly, taking each treat from the pot. Ideally, I want her to stay looking at the pot. I think she's done well there, so the pot comes back to her. Okay. Okay. Wait for her to move. Yep. Good girl. Well done. Try and set her up in a better position this time. So let's bring her around, turn, and up into the sit. Hi, baby. Good girl. Good girly. Okay, so again, feeding from the pot. Just going to take the pot a bit further away. So this looks more like the picture on the veterinary table. Just listening to little sounds outside. I'm going to try lowering the pot. Okay, again, I'm quite happy with her progress there. So I'm going to give her a few from the pot. Always remember the pot comes back to the dog, and then we give her, okay, and then encourage her to move. Well done, baby, that was good. Okay, probably doesn't need me to be quite so arousing on the praise. Come on, Bubba. Come on then, good girl. Good girlie. Pot above head, get the sit back. Okay, remember feet, don't let go of the food until the feet are on the floor. Okay, we're going to try and just advance this on a little bit now. We're going to lower the pot. Okay, and what we're trying to build up to is the pot on the floor, and then taking a treat from the pot to there. That's absolutely brilliant, so I'm going to pick that back up again. Okay, remember we're ending by putting the pot above the dog's head. Okay, and use our release cue. Okay. I know some of you have been trained on your release cue using break in the classes, just because I've encouraged it really, because I use OK so much in everyday language. I've tried to change my release cue for my own dogs to break. Okay, see, I just did it then. We'll feed, feed, excellent. If the dog were to go wrong, then we're just going to kind of pick the pot up. So it's really important, okay, that the dog understands that the pot going back above the head, okay, I just said that word then, which was her release cue, so hence why I don't use it for mine. We're going to build in some extra duration into this. If she moves position, then the pot's mine, okay? So, and then we just reset up the dog. So, just bring her around again, let's set up again, so there was no reward. The exercise ends when I pick the pot up and I come back above her head. So again, wait for the feet to be on the floor, try not to drop the food. Obviously if you do, just reset the dog up, because that's our fault, not the dog's, for moving. Okay, let's see if we can get this down here. Great. Okay, so she can cope with the kind of rapid feeding at the minute. Very good to stay and sit there. Well done, baby. Okay, so pot comes back above the head when she's got it right, and we'll feed. Okay. Yep. Well done, good buddy. Good. So So we're eventually going to progress this. So we've got the pot on the floor, okay, and we can do, the next stage will be to do some longer intervals and then some contact, okay. And I would need to build up this behaviour a little bit more with Nova before we go on to that. So you can see she's okay with the quick feeding, but duration in between kind of feeding and not doing so much. I'm doing a little bit of a pattern there just to keep her in position, and I need to just start varying that, just waiting for 1 second, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, okay, and build it up till she's got the idea of staying there. Thanks very much for watching. Hey, you say goodbye. Boop, boop, boop. Here's a good girl. Here's a good girl. Here's a good girl. Here's a good girl. And he's a good demo dog. He's a good demo dog. Well done. Well done.